House of Representatives passed the American Promise Act on March 18, 2021. This is phenomenal. This is an opportunity for those of you who have TPS, temporary protected status, or who qualify for TPS to get a green card. Under the TPS program right now, what you have is a work permit and protected status from not being deported from the United States. But if this becomes law, you will no longer get a work permit, and instead you can get a green card so you can travel freely outside of the United States. You'll then be eligible to apply for citizenship after 5 years of having your green card. If you have a spouse or children that's undocumented, once you have your green card, you can petition for them to get your green card as well, and other benefits. Let's talk about what the requirements are and who qualifies. So the American Promise Act, again, is for people who have TPS or were eligible. In order to qualify, there are many requirements. First, you must be from a country that already had TPS designation on January 7th, 2017. Also, you must show that you had TPS on January 7th, 2017, or that you were TPS eligible on January 7th, 2017. You'll also need to show that you have been continuously physically present in the United States for the last 3 years, that you have not engaged in any type of conduct or violated any laws that would disqualify you from having TPS, and that you are not otherwise ineligible for getting your green card. Really, really important thing that you need to know about the American Promise Act. If this is passed into law, the application process won't be open forever. If this is passed into law, you have 3 years from the date that it becomes law so that you can apply for this green card. So make sure that you're watching the news, that you're subscribing to my YouTube channel so that I can keep you informed. Right now, this has only passed the House of Representatives. The Senate said that they were going to review this in April 2021. So hopefully very, very soon we will have a decision from the Senate. If they approve and pass this law, then you would be eligible to apply for a green card. There is also another group of people who qualifies for the American Promise Act, and that is people who are eligible for the DED program, that's Deferred Enforcement Departure, that was enacted in January 2021 before Trump left office. So if you are from one of the TPS designated countries, you must show that you were physically in the United States on January 20th, 2021. Also, that at that time you were eligible for the DED program. You must also show that you've been continuously physically present in the United States from the last 3 years, that you haven't engaged in any conduct or violated any laws to disqualify you from the DED program. And like I mentioned before, there will be a deadline. If this law is passed, you will have 3 years from the date that the law is passed in order to apply for this program. If you've been arrested and have any type of criminal history, people who are automatically disqualified are those who have pled guilty to a felony, or if you have more than 2 misdemeanors. Every case needs to be reviewed by an experienced attorney on a case-by-case basis. Therefore, just because you were arrested doesn't automatically mean that you were disqualified. The application fee, according to the bill, will be $1,140. That's the filing fee that you will pay directly to Homeland Security. And lastly, if you don't qualify because you're missing a requirement or you have criminal history, there are waivers available under the American Promise Act that we can use to potentially get your case approved. So in sum, the American Promise Act is a way for you to apply for a green card if you qualify for TPS or already have TPS, or if you qualify under the DED program. It's not a law yet. It was simply a bill passed through the House of Representatives. That's one half of what we need for something to become a law. The other half that we need is for the Senate to approve it. Stay tuned and I will update you once we have a decision from the Senate.